Right, here we go. Morning, all. We're allowed to start now because Megan's arrived on time. Good morning. Congratulations, Megan, on time again. That's twice in 30 Zooms. That's not bad.
On a roll.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll crack on with Monday. If all of you have done your calendars, which you should have done over the weekend, uh, we will see that today's fairly light on the calendar. This morning there was a opportunity this morning. Obviously, at 7 o'clock, with the German wholesale prices, which were worse than before, and obviously they've been in the DAX dropped 40 points almost in a straight line. We'll quickly go in what we've got over here at 7:30. We've got the Bloomberg Economic Survey for basically France, Germany, Italy, a whole lot, ranging from 7:35, 7:40, 7:45, which we just had, and obviously at 8:30 we will have the UK one. 10:30 we've got the Eurogroup meeting. I mentioned this before. We're not sure when they're speaking, but it's for a couple of days. However, Lagarde and Panetta are all expected to attend. Obviously, it's a virtual meeting, so we don't know when they're talking and when they're not talking as such. So be aware of that. Obviously, overnight, the roll up of AstraZeneca, they reckon in Europe they're going to deliver less than half of the required they said they were going to do on Q2. Uh, and obviously, again, overnight, on a slightly bearish taunt, Germany are warning of a second lockdown, especially as Italy's bringing the new measures for today, March the 15th, through to April the 6th, which obviously will include Easter. Sunday, wrap, Yellen and Biden agreed the relief package is the right amount, $1,400 positive. Yellen has also mentioned about inflation, which obviously pushed the stock market up overnight. Uh, she reckoned the inflation risk is simple, and she uses the words manageable. That's the new word for Yellen. So they're happy for the inflation to tick up, and obviously over the weekend the yields have gone up to 1.63. Over this night, China's output has recovered positive. Uh, the downside of more countries suspend the AstraZeneca vaccination, and obviously over the weekend, most of the European elections are over the weekend, whereas the UK's are always on a Thursday. The Merkel's party has suffered setbacks in the regional elections. Those of you are aware, Merkel retires this year, so it'll be interesting to see what German party gets in. Big news of the weekend, big news of the week. Obviously, US clocks go forward, spring forward, fall back. So every US figure will be out at 12:30, and obviously Wall Street is no longer at 2:30 but 1:30. Again, for those of you to be aware, loads of it will get caught out. Wall Street again shuts at 8 o'clock, which makes it interesting. Obviously, going ahead on the week, FOMC is on Wednesday. That won't be at 7 o'clock. That will obviously be at 6 o'clock. Yeah, but then again, Wall Street shuts at 8. So we'll be doing a Zoom for Wednesday night. That's probably the important thing for the week. Also, those of you who are aware, have done your homework, which I doubt most of you have. 7:45 this afternoon or this evening, Biden makes a speech on the rescue plan. Uh, so pencil that in 17:45. Okay. Again, as you remember, the US clocks go back. Going forward at the moment to what we're going to trade today, interesting. I think listening to the email that went out there, if you haven't got the email sent to you, ping it over in your telegraph, your email address, and I'll send it on to you. It could be a very quiet day today. As we said, there's not a lot of news out today. Hardly, there's probably not even, is it Empire Manufacturing out at 3 o'clock? Not even worth talking about. So, not a lot of figures coming out, and therefore we'll have to wait uh, to see if anyone makes a speech. Again, we could be stuck in a range today, whatever. So you might not have to trade. The opening we said today was at 7 a.m. with the obviously German wholesale prices, which if we can look over the DAX here, spiked it down from I think 40. I think I sold about 20, 30 ticks out of it. I do think there's probably a few supports, maybe slightly lower down here, but we could be stuck in that range as we saw last week. Let's have a look at we've got. Over here. if we look at the market profile here, if we see the congestion on the left-hand side last week, especially on Friday, what have we got here? 14, 4, 60, 70, 80, all the way up here. We hardly moved. We were stuck in glue last week, lots of the time. And obviously the market profile, when we see it here, it basically tells us there's not a lot going on. We shouldn't really be trading. So there may be opportunities today when we're not going to trade, which is very important, especially when we know the meat on the bone this week. Let's get it right. FOMC Wednesday, BOE Thursday, and BOJ Friday. Yeah, 3 central banks all meeting, all talking, and obviously the in word will be inflation, and obviously inflation. Okay, so do your homework on all of those, especially the FOMC, how they vote. Those of you who aren't aware, the dot plot system, that will be coming in this time. They only talk about it every second meeting. So what's that, 4 times a year? So we'll go through that later on. On the scalping side, what we're going to look at this morning, well, I think I'm going to look at the DAX. But what we could find, as we had last week, which was quite interesting, was that I think it was on Friday, we obviously had the FTSE going up on Friday on the open 8 o'clock, and the DAX coming off. I think the DAX came off 30, 40 ticks, the straight line, and the FTSE rallied 20 ticks. And obviously, that's as confusing. And in theory, that might happen again on our 8 o'clock opening. We'll go through it again because quite a few people asked this question on Friday, because I think the openings last week weren't as obvious as they were the week before. If we are going to be scalping, we keep our hand obviously on the mouse here. If we are going to sell, yeah. So therefore, our stops are going to be manual. If you want to take a view technically that you think the market's is a buy or a sell, you put your order in, and then you put your stop in. So your stop's automatically in, so it's working. So they're 2 totally different orders, and obviously your stops is going to be your trading stop will therefore be greater than your scalping stop. Yeah, your scalping stop in the FTSE might be 5, 6, 7 ticks. However, your trading stop may be 10, 15 ticks. Yeah, slightly different, and therefore, obviously, your profits, yeah, will probably be less on a scalp than it would be on a trade. However, as some people pointed out, can you do both? Well, you can do both because you can put your trade in, yeah, put your stop in, but your scalp, you're going to work out if you see the prices move. So therefore, if this DAX, for instance, suddenly jumps up to 25, 30, 40, where we were at 7 o'clock, I might jump out and buy that for 10, 15, 20 ticks, and vice versa. If it breaks through 00, I think we've got, what do we say here? A bit of traffic down here. So I think if I'm trading around here, I might be happy to buy some DAX round about the 14, 40, 83, 81, 79, where we were. Obviously we had they've got the POC here at the figure, only because that was the low we had it the other day, obviously this morning. And those of you, we should recharge this, so we should really be on P's rather than yeah, we've got the P's there. So we've been stuck in around that range for the last half hour, as we said. So again, look at that. If you're going to trade, where are we going to trade? Just trade one of them on the indices. I think it's going to be fairly quiet. We have had a move. We have had a move down from 7 o'clock, but again, we know why. It was basically on the German wholesale sales, and obviously Merkel's news about her losing those regional elections as such. So we've got to come out now. It's going to be fairly quiet. There also, of course, if there is no movement, and we're seeing these, let's put it onto 5-minute candles. There is obviously a reason not to trade, just because we got up early, and just because we think, right, yeah, therefore we should trade. Again, we've seen a bit of selling in the DAX here coming in here, very clear on those market orders. And again, that just moved from 7:59 and 50 seconds into the last 30 seconds full stop. We did say, looking at the DAX, and the same in the FTSE here, they're both coming off in a line here. I think someone can mute themselves, it might help. Yeah, and we see it drifting down. We did say the DAX, what did we say from last levels here? Round about here, we should see some support between 83, 85, where we are now. But that was blatant selling in both the DAX and the FTSE at 7 o'clock. hopefully, those of you who are new and learning through it got onto that, because the neutral in there, we saw both selling. Obviously, bang on 8 o'clock, as we see the candle, the FTSE came off what? So look at that, 10, 12 ticks, and then rallied back up. The DAX, what did we say in the DAX? The 80, did we say 84, 85 level? Blimey, I must be a guru. No, but if you look at the market profile here, the mess we had around here, 81, 83, 85, 87, that tells you where the traffic was as such, yeah? So again, using the price action to go short and seeing, yeah, obviously the obvious selling at 8 o'clock, but also using the technical charts in a way, market profile, told us where we thought the support would be. So hopefully, did any of you manage to get on that? All gone very quiet.
I did.
Good. Who's that? Sorry.
I did. Yen.
Yen. Oh, Yen. Yeah,
yeah,
thank
hello.
you. Yeah, you may be last in the dictionary or when on the diary when I do the emails. But Yen, what did you sell then?
No, I just sold DAX. Only took 15, but you know it's a positive start to the week.
I mean, yeah, I mean, the object is that we see the price action, and it was very noticeable that there was a seller in the camp at 8 o'clock, and he carried on going. Yeah. And the other thing is, like you said before, Yen's done one-to-ones with us, is that where do you buy your scalp back? And I think, I mean, the idea we said beforehand is that if we can use the market profile of which we see here, we did think around that 81, 83, 85 here from Friday is a huge clue. Yeah, massive point of control from Friday, which helps us buy it back. So had you done the scalp, you would have been insane not to buy it back here. And we mentioned it could be the low or good place to go long. So whereabouts did you buy yours back at? Yeah.
No, I didn't buy it back.
Oh, you're still short? I said, you said you sold it on the opening.
Oh, yeah? Sorry. Yeah, I sold it.
Where did you take your profit?
504498.
So you could have nicked another 10 ticks out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the argument when we're coming back, when we're talking about the morning and scalping, is that in theory, although you made money out of it, don't get me wrong, he could have nicked another 10 ticks. And by the way, nicking, because had he not taken the money, he would now be out the money. Yeah. And that's the secret of scalping, is that we identify price action, and therefore identify in a way on the technicals. We said that level 14,485.86 would have been lovely to go long on as well. All right. Again, do your homework. A quick one on our Zoom this morning, yeah, and we'll come back. Those who've got one-to-ones, we'll do them later in the day. All right then. Speak to you later.
Nice one. Cheers, Neil. Thanks.
Cheers, Neil.
Yeah, Neil.
Cheers, mate.
That was easy on DAX.
Thanks, Neil.
You get on the DAX then? Yeah, I'm going to wait long. Well, no, I missed a sell. Yeah, but I had the bidding at 87. Look at now. No. No. Right. She, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
We'll do a Zoom with you in about 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Yeah. Or when you free? I'm gonna write this down then.
I'm literally I just came back from work.
Okay, we'll do it later on. Don't worry.
Okay.
Ping me when you're free. I can't do 11 o'clock though. Yeah.
From what time do you think you can be free?
No, I'm all right, but any time if we 11 to 11:30, I know I can't do it at the moment because I've got to do a phone call. Have you seen the DAX rally in here?
Yes. I'm on the wrong side. I went on a shot that then it went reversed.
Yeah, again, remember, yeah, your stops. Yeah, whenever you put your stops in, if you're scalping 10, 15, in theory, if you are short around 10, you should be stopped out by now. Yeah.
My stop is at 30. So
okay. Yeah. Remember, if you were scalping this morning, yeah, in and out, 20 ticks you'd have made. But remember to keep your stops tight on a Monday. All right, I'll speak to you later.
Okay, thank you
All
very
right,
much. Cheers.
Gareth.